you want to impress your family, friends, or visitors from other worlds, this is the one that you want to make. If you put a big old bowl of salsa in front of me with a bag of chips, you can bet that it'll be gone before you can say carne asada 5 times fast. Carne asada, carne asada, carne asada, carne asada, carne asada. And that's because I'm a huge salsa lover, and I especially love this fire roasted salsa recipe that I'll be sharing with you all today. Now you can throw just about any regular salsa ingredients into the fire and have it become extra delicious. That's the fire doing its magic job of creating building blocks of flavor, charring the ingredients. Now today we're using some mesquite and a little bourbon flavored oak wood for those extra notes of flavor. So let's get fired up and make some fire roasted salsa. Vámonos! Hey friends, do you like barbecue, carne asada, Tex-Mex, and traditional Mexican recipes? Me too. So I made a cookbook with over 100 recipes just like that. And now it's available for pre-order, so just click the link in the description and get you one. As a matter of fact, the full recipe for the video you're watching right now, the fire roasted salsa, is in this book right here. And it'll show you step by step how to cook this recipe perfectly every single time. And so before we jump back into the recipe, I just want to say thank you. I worked on this cookbook for over 13 months and I'm so excited that it's finally here. This book would not have been possible without you guys asking for it. So again, thank you one more time. So smash that link in my bio and get you one. And maybe get a second one for your best friend or your favorite family member. All right, now let's get back to this fire roasted salsa recipe. Boom. We're gonna be using 5 Roma tomatoes, 3 tomatillos, 2 caribe peppers, 1 whole head of garlic, 2 fully ripe jalapeno peppers, 2 limes, 3 habaneros for that extra little kick and flavor, about half a head of cilantro here. We're gonna be using the whole onion. We're only gonna roast half of it, and then I'll show you what we're gonna do with the other half a little bit later. So it's time to make some fire roasted salsa. We don't need a whole heck of a lot of fire, but we do need a little more flavor. We've got a little chunk of mesquite here, a little chunk of bourbon-soaked oak. This came from one of Still Austin's barrels that they gave me. We're gonna let this wood burn just about a minute or so, let it kind of get some of its moisture out, let it get some of the bitter smoke out of the way. I've got a dual zone set up here. I've got fire on one side, and I've got a safe zone over here where I can move them out of the way if it's a little too hot. Let me get the grate cleaned up and vámonos. It's okay, Buddy's part of the Architects team. Right, puppy? Ain't that right, puppy dog? Buddy loves fire roasted food, but not salsa, just meat. I have my grate on here. I already got this side nice and hot. I'm gonna rotate it around, and there we go. I'm gonna put the lid on for about 2 more minutes, get it nice and hot, then we're gonna give it a nice cleaner upper. Some of these little chunks of the onion will fall off and do 2 things. It'll clean the grill, and it also will calm down the fire because onions are pretty much water, so it also helps to calm the fire down quite a bit. We're looking at about 350 degrees right there, so we're about perfect. Let's get this grill nice and clean. Onion right over here on the side. Add a little extra flavor to our salsa. All righty, friends, here we go. Let's start over here. Let's put our jalapeno peppers a little further away. Let's put our garlic on that corner too. Get our caribe peppers in here. Whoop, whoop. Tomatillo's really anxious to get cooked today, isn't he? This is gonna be a fast little roasting process, so let's get it on. We're gonna put these limes on the fire, and we're gonna give them a little roasty toasty too. And one more thing, we're gonna put 1 onion right there and give that a really hot little sear. Remember, the onions have a lot of water, so they can take a lot of heat. We don't need to cook it or burn the whole thing. We just want to get a little sear on there. All right, let's check these tomatoes. They're right over the fire. This is gonna be really fast, friends. And like I said earlier, that's one of the reasons I have this other zone here. If it gets too hot, too quick, we're gonna need to move some stuff around. Now that our wood's dying down a little bit, we're able to leave them on there for a little bit, right over the fire. One of the ways that we're gonna get a little extra flavor, a little smoke, is to put the lid on. So you see a little bit of that gray, light gray, almost thin blue smoke. You just want a little bit of that on there. You don't wanna let it sit there too long. You wanna make sure you got enough oxygen. So I've got this wide open now. I wanna make sure that that smoke comes out and adds a little flavor, not a lot of flavor. All right, let's give them a flippity flip. Whoo, look at that, baby. Looking good. Those tomatoes are cooking really fast. Check that out. Let me see if I can stand them up for a little bit. Cooking from the other direction. Look at those jalapenos, looking good already. Give that a little char. Caribe peppers coming along. really nicely too. Habaneros are a small pepper, so you just kind of want to give them a quick little roast because they will dry out really quick if you put too much heat on them. Terry says I should move the garlic, so I'm gonna put it a little bit closer to the fire. How's that onion looking? Ooh, it's trying to come apart. Look at that. I think it's gonna be all right. Lime is starting to sweat already. Check that out. So we're gonna flippity flip it over. I'm gonna put the lid back on for a little bit. Let them kind of bake in there for about another 2 minutes. We'll be right back. Been another 2 minutes. Let's get the lid off. And let's see how our salsa ingredients are looking. I'd say that jalapeno looks really good. We're not trying to burn it. So I'm gonna move that over here to the other side, let it finish cooking nice and slow. Tomatoes are looking really good. They're just about done. We're gonna get that one out of the way over here. Tomatillos are looking really nice. You see how they're changing their color to being opaque? You wanna get the greener part right over the fire. I'm gonna give these habaneros another little toasty over here on this side where we're closer to the fire. Let's flippity flip this garlic over here. Needs a little more time, we'll be good. All right, friends, these habaneros look good. I don't want to overcook them. You'll cook all the flavor out of them. You want to get them just a little char. This Caribe pepper is looking beautiful. Look at that gorgeous char right there. We're not trying to burn the whole thing up. We just want a little extra flavor here. Nice little char on these. That's all you need, friends. You don't need to burn them up. This is all the char I really want on my onion. I'm not going to use the whole thing. I'm going to slice that right off. And that's the flavor we're gonna put into our salsa. The last thing on here is the garlic. And how do you know it's done? You pull it out and you squeeze it a little bit. You can feel it, it's already feeling kind of hollow. That's as far as you wanna go. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take about half of a bushel of cilantro. We're gonna put this in here, right here on the bottom. And I'm just gonna shave this onion right here. I want this part that has the fire roasted flavor on it. I'm just gonna chop it up a little bit and drop it in the blender too. Okay, we're gonna take a squeeze of lime. Ooh, yeah, look at that, baby. That's 2 halves. We're gonna drop the tomatoes, tomatillos, habaneros, jalapenos, and I need to take these stems off of the Caribe peppers. Throw that in there, we're good to go. All right, now we're gonna take these garlics, take the peel off, and I'm just gonna cut the end off right here. Let's go ahead and do 3 of them. Perfect. We're gonna take a teaspoon of salt, sea salt, use whatever salt you like, a dash of pepper, or 2. Let's give it a little pulse. Nice and slow, we want a little chunky first. All right, friends, let's pour the salsa and see what it tastes like. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful. And just the right amount. God, that looks good. It smells good. And I better start eating some because it's going to overflow. Nice and toasty fire roasted corn tortilla. It crunches. Oh yeah. Let's see what the salsa tastes like. Just like that. Mmm. Oh, man, that's good. Oh, boy, I need a beer. It's got a bite, too. We're almost done. Remember that fire roasted onion? We only used some of it. We're going to take a little bit more of that. Just get a couple of slices here. We're going to add this. So now we're going to have an amazing fire roasted salsa with a little bit of a crunch. We're also going to add a little bit of fresh cilantro, and it doesn't take much, just a little bit. We're going to drop this in here just like so. One more thing we're going to add to this salsa is some cubed up avocado. We're going to make a couple of cubes right here just like that. And we're going to very carefully get these out and drop them right into the salsa here. How about that? I'm going to add just another little shake of salt. We're gonna let that sit in there. This is something that we do in our family when we have big get-togethers, and we always are cooking on a big old pit. When we're getting all the meat pretty much done and sliced and whatever, we'll throw a few corn tortillas right over the fire, let them get nice and toasty, and then we take it another step. We're gonna put a little bit of cheese on a couple of these, let that melt down really nice. These are gonna be some delicious tostadas. We're gonna put the lid on here, let them bake a little bit. My fire roasted salsa is complete and ready for my favorite part of every video. I gave it a taste test already without all the extra ingredients. Now it's even better. With a little bit of fire roasted tostada. Listen to the crunch. Yeah, baby. Woo! Look at little avocado, little onion, little cilantro, little salsa. We got it all going on right here, friends. But it's even better with a little bit of queso Oaxaca and salsa on top. How about that, my friends? Woo! Yeah, buddy. Oh yeah, friends. This is amazing. It's in another world, man. Just another world. I'm not even gonna wrap this video up till I finish eating this. It's so good. Try it at home, friends. Let me know what you think about it. I guarantee you you're gonna love it. American Pitmaster Company back here in the back. Go to pitmaster.us. Thanks for watching, everybody. Y'all keep the smoke light and make it work. Boom!